Found footage horror has a special kind of magic for me. The grainy realism, the shaky camera, the feeling that what you're watching wasn't meant to be seen. These movies blur the line between fiction and reality, making you question what's real long after the credits roll. Today we're counting down my top 10 favorite found footage horror movies of all time. Let's get into it. Number 10. Diary of the Dead from 2007. George A. Romero, the godfather of the zombie genre, takes the undead world into the digital age with Diary of the Dead. The film follows a group of film students documenting the start of a zombie outbreak as society collapses. It's both a meta-commentary on how we consume tragedy and violence through a lens, as well as just a return for George A. Romero to the classic zombie movies. If you've ever wondered what Night of the Living Dead would look like in the YouTube era, it might look something like Diary of the Dead. So listen, Diary of the Dead kind of has a bad reputation. It's one of the least liked of the Romero Dead films, and for good reason. Listen, it's not the best one of the franchise. But as far as found footage films go, this is a fun little take. Now, I remember seeing this one in theaters and not being overly impressed by it, but there's some of the scenes that stick in my head, like that scene at the hospital, the scene on the bus. Some of that stuff's going to be burned into my head forever. And if you haven't seen this one, or it's been a while since you've checked it out, definitely take another look at Diary of the Dead. Number 9, Spree from 2020. Spree mixes horror, satire, and influencer culture into one chaotic ride. Joe Keery, yes, Steve from Stranger Things, plays a rideshare driver desperate for fame, live streaming his killing spree for his followers. It's fast, uncomfortable, and disturbingly plausible in our chaos-filled world. The film's energy feels like doom-scrolling personified, and that's what makes this movie so compelling. I think I have a DVD copy of this movie, and when this came out, I just watched it online, and I was actually pleasantly surprised with how kind of fun it was, and actually got a little dark at times. I know that premise sounds kind of dark, but it also sounds kind of funny, right? Especially considering, I am a content creator here on YouTube, so that makes it more relevant to me. And I've done rideshare stuff. When I lived in Phoenix, I would drive Uber. And it was a terrible experience, let me tell you, though I never killed anyone. Didn't do it. I can promise you that. And listen, I will watch Joe Keery watch paint dry, you know what I mean? So put him in anything and I'll at least give it a shot. Now this film, like many others on this list you'll find, kind of bend the rules with found footage. This isn't exactly found footage, it's more like broadcast found footage, you know what I mean? It's like a streaming thing. But like I said, you might think I'm being pretty loose with the definition of found footage. That's okay. Number 8, we've got Paranormal Activity from 2007. The film that reignited the found footage craze, Paranormal Activity terrified audience with its minimalism. Using static cameras and subtle scares, it made us fear the quiet moments between the creepy sounds. And with a budget of just $15,000 and a massive box office return, it proved less can truly be more. It's not just the jump scares, it's the dread you feel, wondering what's coming next. Now, I am a Paranormal Activity defender. I know that there are many people on both sides of the aisle for this movie. The first one, I think, is fucking wonderful. I think it's brilliant. I feel similar to this movie and franchise how I feel with Saw. The first Saw movie is just a fucking absolute masterpiece. After that, they're okay. Some of them are fun. Paranormal Activity 2 and 3 are watchable, I will say that. Every now and then I'll get an hankering for some more found footage films and I'll watch those. But this first one actually holds up for me. If these are your types of movies, I don't see how this wouldn't be one that you would enjoy. Give it another watch. Number 7, The McPherson Tape from 1989. Before Blair Witch, before Paranormal Activity, there was The McPherson Tape. Shot on VHS, this low-budget gem presents itself as a home video evidence of an alien abduction during a family birthday party. It's so authentic it fooled some viewers into believing it was real long before the internet could debunk it. The film's eerie lo-fi style and commitment to realism make it a fascinating artifact in found footage history. It's actually pretty short too. I think it's only about an hour long, and I think it's only ever had one real physical media release. I do have it in the collection. I should have pulled it out for this video, but I'm pretty sure this is on Tubi, so if it sounds interesting at all to you, hop on there and check it out. If you're into aliens and found footage, this is it. Number 6, Ghostwatch from 1992. Broadcast live on Halloween night, Ghostwatch Terrified Britain. This BBC mockumentary follows a news crew investigating paranormal activity in a London home, but things quickly spiral out of control. Many viewers believed it was an actual live broadcast, leading to panic and outrage. Decades later, it still stands as one of the most convincing and influential found footage experiences ever aired. And again, I have a copy of this as well, man. This is a fantastic movie, or broadcast. I don't even, it's just fantastic, whatever you want to call it. I have an interesting anecdote about this, but I can't talk about it too much because it reveals another movie on the list, which we'll get to. But man, Ghostwatch, if you haven't seen it, find a way to watch it. Like this is, honestly, I kind of like talking about it right now and thinking about this. I want to move it higher up on the list. But listen, when I make these lists, I'm not like, oh my God, this is it. You know what I mean? Like, this is my opinion set in stone 100% for the rest of time. In 2 weeks, I might be like, shit, Diary of the Dead sucks ass. What was I thinking? Number 5, The Blair Witch Project from 1999. The movie that brought the genre to a mainstream audience. The Blair Witch Project turned a clever marketing campaign into a cultural phenomenon. Shot for almost nothing in the woods of Maryland, it convinced audiences that the footage might be real. The improvisational performances, eerie sound design, and ambiguous ending all worked together to make it feel like something you shouldn't be watching. For me and a lot of people out there, I still think it's one of the best examples of psychological terror put to film. And I can remember all the hype around this. You know, I was 8 years old when this came out. I did not see this in theaters. But I believed the marketing, you know? I'm fucking 8 years old. I don't know any better. They're like, Jesus, these people were murdered by a witch in the woods and they were never seen again. Here, want to watch the tape in the woods in the theater? And I was like, Jesus Christ, this is terrifying. I don't want to see that. Many years later, I would watch it on VHS. Also, don't recommend. Actually, I take that back. I do recommend watching on a VHS. It's a great experience. Much like The Ring. But really, what else do I need to say about the Blair Witch Project, right? I mean, you've heard, you've seen, you know. Number 4, Late Night with the Devil from 2024. Again, I'm being a little loose with found footage. You could call this analog horror, mockumentary-style horror, whatever you want to say. It's a great fucking movie. Set during a live 1970s talk show gone horrifically wrong, Late Night with the Devil stars David Dastmalchian as a host desperate for ratings until his Halloween special summons something unspeakable. The film perfectly recreates the period look of old TV broadcasts and blends it with supernatural chaos. It's part found footage, part possession story, and a clever commentary on media sensationalism. And if you haven't seen the movie, there's a sort of underlying plot throughout the movie that ties it together really nicely. Now, when I saw this movie for the first time, at the beginning of 2024, I was fucking stoked. I had a great time with that movie. I reviewed it on this channel, and then people recommended to me Ghostwatch, and a movie that's in the number 2 spot. This one sort of opened my eyes to new-style found footage movies and analog horror, and it's really something to think about. This movie is really awesome. Now, the elephant in the room is they used a little bit of AI with some of the title cards in the movie. Do I think that sucks? Yes. I do think that sucks. I don't, however, think it's an egregious enough offense to like outright cancel the movie or boycott it or whatever. If they had done much more than that, though, I'd be really annoyed. Let's just say that. Number 3, Cloverfield from 2008. Produced by J.J. Abrams and directed by Matt Reeves, Cloverfield reimagines the giant monster movie through the shaky lens of a handheld camera. Set in New York City during a massive creature attack, it captures chaos from a ground-level human perspective. The result feels immersive, raw, and terrifying, like you're actually there as the world falls apart. It's a thrilling blend of blockbuster spectacle and documentary realism. This is a movie that actually escaped me for a number of years. I think I saw it for the first time in like 2020, 2021 maybe. And dude, I was hooked. I was like, where's this movie been all my life? The storytelling, the actual camera work, like it's a crazy way to make a movie when you think about it. Especially one like this with lots of special effects, you know what I mean? Like I can't even imagine the fucking nightmare this movie would have been to actually make. But holy crap, it's a 17-year-old movie now, and this thing's great. Like, it's very easy to get it sucked into this movie in the beginning as its own movie entirely until it becomes, you know, what the movie's meant to be, which is a monster disaster movie. But the characters are compelling enough on their own as just like New York City people with drama, and they're at their little party, you know? And by the end, it is just like, you're borderline in tears by the end of this movie. It is fantastic. Give it another watch if you haven't. It is phenomenal. Number 2, the WNUF Halloween Special from 2013. The WNUF Halloween Special is a nostalgic masterpiece. It's presented as a lost local TV broadcast from 1987, complete with fake commercials, news segments, and a haunted house investigation that goes wrong. The attention to period detail is perfect. VHS fuzz, awkward hosts, and everything. It's funny, creepy, and incredibly authentic, like finding a cursed tape in your attic. Again, this is one that I was completely fascinated and taken back. I've since purchased the movie. There's a sequel to this one that came out. There's a spin-off. There's a cassette tape that goes along with it. I cannot get enough of this director, his work, anything he's working on, I'm checking out. Chris LaMartina is his name, by the way. But WNUF, the commercials in particular are something that makes you able to just throw this on in the background if you've seen it enough while you're doing other activities. It's one of those types of movies every Halloween season. The commercials are so authentic that it feels like, it feels like real TV. Like if you weren't alive then, you wouldn't even know any better. If you never knew what it was like to experience local TV commercials back in the 90s, back in the 80s, you know what I mean? And you're at all susceptible to nostalgia, this is going to get you. You combine that with the actual story going on, with the news reporter investigating this haunted house, which I'm not going to tell you like the twist ending and all that stuff, but it's fantastic, man. And the #1 found footage horror film of all time for me, currently, asterisk, is Noroi the Curse from 2005. Few found footage film are as haunting as Noroi the Curse. This Japanese horror masterpiece follows a documentary filmmaker investigating a string of supernatural events that slowly intertwine into one chilling mystery. The pacing is methodical, the scares are subtle, and the atmosphere is utterly immaculate. It builds dread in a way that lingers long after the credits roll, proving that the genre can be as cerebral as it is terrifying. And holy shit, I don't want to show you too many images from this movie, but if you haven't seen it, stop this video, go watch it. This is the one, man. Like, I don't know what it is, but there's something about 2000s Japanese films that are very comforting and like homey to me. I don't know why, but when you combine that feeling with like the dread and some of like the horrific night vision shots in this movie, my god, man. True terror. Makes me feel like that scene in Mulholland Drive when he goes out back of the fucking diner, you know what I'm saying? That's me when I watch this movie. It's fantastic, and I want more people to watch it. If you have any other suggestions for other found footage horror movies that you guys like, leave them in the comments down below. And if you like this video, be sure to check out this one and hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.